So, hello everyone and welcome. In today's class, we're creating restaurant table, and we're grouping this table. Also, we're creating items, attaching units of measurement to these items, and their selling prices. We're going to create customers and payment method. Also, we're going to talk about the different warehouses and distinguish between these warehouses and the items attached to these warehouses to the best of our understanding. Before creating a restaurant, we need to create a company that this restaurant will be linked to, and also the method of payment to be used in this restaurant. So to create a company, we'll come to our own page here and click on our company attached to the account link, or we use our search bar here to search for company list. For this moment, we're going to be using our company here attached to the account. We're going to be adding new companies and giving our creating a company. There are two basic important things to create our companies, and these things are our company name and our company default currency. For this demo, my company name is going to be Lamy Space, and my default currency is going to be Nigeria. Then we'll save this. After creating our company, the next thing we're going to be doing now is creating our method of payment, our mode of payment, as you would like to call it. Now, before we create our mode of payment, we're going through our chart of account where we create our bank in which this mode of payment will be linked to. To create this chart, I'll go through my own page as stated earlier, or I'll use my chat button here. So in this case, I'm going to be using my search button here to search for my chart of account. Now in my chart of account, I select my company as created, not forgetting the name of my company is Lamy Space. Once my company has been selected, I select where I actually want this bank to be created. And in this case, I'm creating my bank under application of funds and under current assets. Here is my bank account, and I'm attaching a bank to it. The name of my bank, my account is going to be bank. And my currency is still Nigeria. My currency is still Naira, Nigeria note. And my bank type is bank. So I create this new one, then I will go to my mode of payment. Here's my mode of payment. I will add a new mode of payment here, editing in full so all of my information can actually be added here. So in this case, my mode of payment here is going to be POS, Zenith. And the type is bank, and I'm going to be adding my company name, not forgetting still, is Lamy Space, and my default account is Lamy LP, and I see. In this case, my bank has been linked to my company, and my company so moving forward, the next thing we're going to be creating now is my restaurant. As this is done, I'll move on to creating my restaurant. I'll be using my search bar to create my restaurant here. I'll search for my restaurant list, and I'll add a new restaurant. Over here, of my restaurant is going to be Lamy's restaurant. Like I said before, creating a company is actually very important before creating a restaurant, because the company in which this restaurant is linked to, will be requested. So here we are having my default customer, which for now is guest. My invoice serial of my restaurant, the name of my company, my default guest, and also my invoice serial number. You can come up with your serial number as using help000 and then you're safe. And we have to create our restaurant table, assign them to the various waiters, and also create our restaurant table group. Creating our restaurant table group enable our waiter, enable our waiter who has been assigned to these tables to actually view this table and be able to sell using this table. So I am going to be creating my table by searching for my restaurant table list here and adding a new restaurant. Searching for restaurant table list and adding a new restaurant, and I have option to add my company, which is still Lami's Place. My restaurant name as created before is Lami's Restaurant, and my seat number is going to be 10. My current waiter, my assigned waiter, the waiter I actually want to assign to this particular table as created is actually going to be Lami. This waiter is going to be the only person seeing this table, regardless of how much your waiters are. As long as you assign one particular waiter to a table, he or she will be the only one seeing the table on their POS, or their point of sale. So I'm going to save this table now. Together. After creating these tables now, we need to group these tables together to see on a group and name this table group. So when they are dropping down, a particular table group will have its own name and another particular table group will have their own name as well. So right here, we're going to search for restaurant table group and we're going to group our restaurant. My restaurant table group for this particular restaurant is going to be Lami. Here are my necessary information needed to group my tables. I have my table name as I want these tables to be named and displayed on my POS. I have my company name, my restaurant name, and my group numbers. Here are all of my information as needed. Here are all of my information as needed and was saved. Next, we're going to be looking at how to create our customers and grouping our customers. Like I said before, our default customer is actually guest. But in a case where we have a group of people or probably an individual who is a regular customer, we can actually save this customer's details to monitor how often this customer comes around. We'll click on our customer from our home page over there, and then we had a new customer here. Adding a new customer, we edit in full page so we can see all of the details in full. Now, our major information is our customer name, our customer group, and our customer territory, which is the country in which our customer is coming from. Like I said, our customer can be a group of people or probably an individual. So in my case right now, we're going to be using an individual who is Adebayo, and then my customer group. If it was to be a company, we'll have this company coming from either commercial or government. But since it's an individual, I am still going to be using an individual as my customer group here. Also, my territory. My customer is definitely in Nigeria. We'll save these details. Next, we'll be looking at how to create an item. Also in two ways. We can go back to our home page or we can actually use our search button. In this case, I'll be using my home page as well. So under my stock, I'll click on my item. An item. I'll be editing in full to see more information for this item. So for this particular item, I will be creating an already finished good so we can actually add a standard selling price to this item. This segment is going to be showing us three different things. We're going to be adding our unit of measurement, we're going to be adding our item code, and also we're going to be adding our standard selling rates to this particular item. So firstly, my item code for this item is going to be jollof rice. My item group is going to be African food. You can always create your item group before creating your item as you wish if your item group is not existing on the system. Now, my item group can be categorized as I actually want my item to be grouped. Now we have a different item group. We have cocktail, we have mocktail, we have African food, we have champagne. Depend on how you actually want this item to be grouped. Item group are also raw materials. Depends on your choice of item. Now, the raw materials are the items that we use in preparing these already cooked goods. Fresh tomato, These are our raw items. In this case, I'm cooking jollof rice, which is already a cooked item and a finished goods already. It's an African food in terms of, and my unit of measurement is going to be in portion. My unit of measurement now is how I want this item to be sold. And my standard selling rate. In terms of my standard selling rate, now my selling rate, it's not necessarily going to be stagnant. My selling rate can always change as the market changes. It's not always going to be because I created it like this, it's going to be like that. It is bound to always change as time goes by. I can always come back to it and change it. For this particular item that I'm creating, I'm going to be making one portion to be 5,000 naira, and then I will save this. We're going to be distinguishing between different warehouses as available on the system. Now we're going back to our home page to select our warehouses. That we can always search for our warehouse here and select our warehouse. I'm going to be using my home page, and under my home page, I'll be using my warehouse attached to my stock. Not forgetting our company, we have Lamis Place. And under Lamis Place, here at the warehouse or warehouse display, we have four warehouses on the system. Now, these warehouses are of different stages. We have the finished goods, the goods in transit, we have the stores, and we have the work in progress. Houses are of different stages. From the goods in transit, these items are actually in transit. It is received into the store. Now from the store, we move it to the work in progress, and from the work in progress, we move them to the finished goods where it is ready to be sold. The difference between these items is that it tells us the position and the status of every item as displayed. It tells us if this item are actually ready. It tells us if this item are actually not ready, or if this item are available in store, in goods in transit, or if it is available in work in progress. When it's available in work in progress, you understand that these items are actually being prepared or are actually being cooked already, but they are not fully ready. When it's in finished goods, you understand that these items are actually ready and can be sold. Thank you very much for being in today's class. Hope to see you next time.